Hello, everyone. In light of DMX's death, and my condolences go out to everyone, the family, all the fans that lost the real one. I wanted to talk about something that a lot of people don't really like talking about. A lot of people in the music industry, a lot of celebrities, entertainers, and even people, regular people. It's like taboo to talk about it, right? And the topic that I'm talking about is drugs. Nobody likes to talk about drugs, right? Nobody wants to say I was an addict for a little. I didn't know how to control myself. I popped pills, or I popped Molly, or I sniffed a lot of coke, or I even did heroin. Whatever the case, smoke crack, whatever. My mother smoked crack. Nobody wants to say it because it's taboo, right? People don't want to like talk about it. I myself went through drug addiction, and this is very important because I need you guys to understand something. Our concept, our idea of a drug addict is like we see the homeless person on the street, right? But we forget that it's touching houses and it touches everyone, everyone. Don't ever think that drugs are just, they're just in the streets and in the hood or whatever you want to call it, right? Because they're all over the place. There's homeless people addicted to drugs, and then there's people who are lawyers and doctors addicted to drugs. And we don't see it because they keep it they keep it quiet, and they're doing it in their homes, so it's not really viewed a lot. Okay, a lot of us have lost family members due to drug addiction. A lot of us, or alcohol, drug, or actually both, alcohol and drugs. I have had a lot of people lately come up to me and say, like, I tried to save him, my husband, or this and that, and I couldn't. He's in rehab or whatever the case may be. And I'm gonna tell you something. When people are on drugs, they're not themselves, and I know this for a fact because I was a person who never touched drugs. I hated them, always did, growing up. And then one day I went to the doctor. I got hurt. I got some Percocet, and I fucking loved it. I fell in love. I was like, what is this? And then Percocet led me to trying other things and trying coke and trying this and trying that. And I never touched a drug before I did that, right? So I got to tell you something. We got to stop judging the drug addicts and the people that are dying from drugs, like overdoses and stuff, like with DMX, and you had Demi Lovato. A lot of celebrities struggle with that. A lot of celebrities die of drug overdoses, and because they want to keep it a secret, they don't want to tell nobody. They don't want fans to find out that they did drugs, because they're going to be called crackheads or whatever you want to call them, right? I find this to be a very fucked up thing because a lot of us have literally seen somebody be a drug addict in our home. Like, a lot of us. My father passed away from it. There's a lot of other people that passed away from it. And this is something that I resonate with strongly because a lot of people don't want to talk about the fact that addiction is literally like, it's a blood gene thing, that it's like, they call it a disease for a reason, because it is a disease. It takes over your whole life. It kills you. It makes you sick, and you don't know how to act when you don't have them. And when you do have them, you don't know how to act. So it took me to go through it myself to understand the struggle that everybody goes through. Nobody wants to talk about it, though. That's the thing. But I had to come out and let everybody know, look, I struggle with a serious Percocet addiction, like pills, and it led me to trying other things, you know what I mean? So, and I got a little bit carried away, and I lost a lot of things due to drugs. So this is why today I advocate for nobody to do drugs. And I struggled with it back and forth for a while, went to a couple of rehabs, did what I did, and finally I got clean and sober. I don't drink, I don't smoke weed, I don't do none of it, because for me, when you're an addict, one pull of weed or something leads you to something else. One drink of alcohol leads you to something else. And I don't say, like, I say I'm an addict because I say, when it comes to drugs, like, I'm like the type of person, I don't know when enough is enough. I'll just keep going, you know what I mean? And plus, I have, like, some people have a strong tolerance. They'll keep going until they're fucking dead, right? And I died and came back to life of an overdose about 5 years ago. That happened to me, and then I started to get clean, and then I dabbled with it here and there. I went back and forth, and as I'm talking, a red cardinal just landed there. So spirit is right here as I'm telling you something, right? Spirit, all types of spirit people, so many people die of that. And I'm going to tell you, just to make you feel safe and secure, your family members that died from a drug addiction or drug overdose, they're not in hell, okay? They're not. They broke a contract with God. That's all initially that they did, was break a contract with God because they weren't ready. Now, the whole purpose of this video is to make you understand, if you see the types of people that die from drug addiction, it's usually the most kindest, sweetest, quietest people in the world. And then they grow up and then they realize this world is like harsh. They can't take it. They don't like the way their families treated them. They were hurt when they were young. Past life stuff bothers them that they don't know about. All types of people get addicted to drugs and die from them. It doesn't matter what class, what race, what religion. Everybody's affected by it, which is why I say strongly, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but stay away from them. Even weed today, I don't trust no more because they're growing it and I don't know what they're putting in it anymore, because I used to like to smoke weed and get a little calm, but I use meditation and other methods to do that today. We have so many stigmas and taboos against drug addiction, against people being afraid to talk about how they were molested by a family member when they were younger, when that's happening rampantly all over the world. But especially right now during COVID times, a lot of people are going back to drugs. There's a lot of people in the NA meetings that I'm noticing that my friends are telling me, like, so many people went back on the streets. Some people you can't judge. This is why. Some people cannot handle this world. We're not from here, okay? Just so you understand, our souls did not originate here on earth, okay? They're from a place more enlightened, a place more advanced, a place more beautiful. And then we came here and all of a sudden we got shocked. Our shock system, our chakra systems are like, what the fuck is this? Why am I here? So whatever reason we're here, you could say this is hell. That's why, whatever it is, we're here to learn a lot, right? We're here to learn lessons. And those people who passed on from things like this, they do learn lessons when they leave here. They go, oh shit, like I died of a drug overdose. I didn't mean to do that. And they go on the other side and they learn lessons. They're not sent to hell. They have a choice. Do you want to learn lessons or you want to keep, I guess you can call it being in limbo type of energy, right? But I got to tell you something. We have to stop judging people who either are addicted to drugs or on drugs, or if you catch someone doing it, I would catch them as quickly as possible and make them stop, But if they're already knee deep in the game, the only thing you can do is try to get them help. That's it. Don't try to help them yourself, because nobody on drugs ever. You can't help a person on drugs. It's impossible. They're not themselves. That is not them. So I've had people say they cheated on me. I'm like, they were on drugs. They're like, yeah. I'm like, yo, I remember when I was on drugs, I had no feelings. My heart was cold. The demons took fully over my body. I know this because I didn't even want to use drugs, but something in my body would be like, get up and go get some right now. And I'd be like, but I don't want it. And I would hear a voice tell me, get up, get up, get up. Don't you want it? Don't you want it? Don't you? And it would nag me until finally I got the drug. And I wasn't even an everyday user. That's the crazy thing. I was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But when I went in, I went in. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I was like, I don't know how I'm still alive right now. I should be dead 10 times over. But angels and spirit guides protected me because I believe I had a mission. And it's not about drug addiction. My mission is to show people that you're a light worker. You're going to go through dark times, but you got to get through the dark times, because when you do, you have a mission statement. Whatever bad experiences you have, you learn, and you come over here and you help other people through learning about them. But if you don't learn about them, then you're going to continue to repeat those lessons. I had to make this video because a lot of us have lost family members, friends from overdoses and drug addiction. And can we please stop making fun of people and judging people when they're drug addicts? We got to stop. Something took over them. Look, you could say it's a demon, you could say it's Satan, whatever you want to call it. It's not them. That's not them. Spirit does get high with us through osmosis. Osmosis is when you do something and someone else feels it without them doing it. So if you're addicted to food, right? There's food demons, there's drug demons, and I'm not calling them demons. I'm calling them negative, succulent energies. Energy vampires who just want to They don't even do it purposefully to hurt you. It's just because they're in such a dark place. So if you attach to that dark energy, they're going to attach to you. And they're not going to stop doing what they're not going to stop you. They're not going to tell you don't do that. The light will try to come in and be like, please don't. But you're going to be so overpowered by this energy because they're living vicariously through you. Their energy is sucking your energy dry, and you have none. And that's why you're tired and depressed and angry and upset, because there are all types of demons, quote unquote. There are angry ones, there's food ones, there's drug ones, there's alcohol ones, there's weed ones. Yes, there is. And they just get high with you. And so the more you do it, the more you feed them. Then you notice after a while, people are like, oh, your tolerance goes up. And that's why drugs don't work no more. I believe strongly it's because you're not even getting high anymore. Now you're just feeding the demon. So, but I just want to make this clear. If I, a person like me who grew up the most innocent person in the world, could get depressed and really just wanted to die and did drugs to help me speed up the process, if I can go through that, anybody can. And that's why I'm saying, don't judge people, because I come from a good family. My life wasn't bad at all. I had a good life. But, you know, I got into that lifestyle. People were around me. They didn't care. They gave me more and I gave them more and we gave each other. And shit just happens. But I don't want you to judge nobody, because I swear to God, listen to me. We all go through something, a struggle. Some people just handle it differently. You say, well, they did it to themselves. They shouldn't have done drugs. Here's the thing, though. Some people could do a drug and they're good. They'll do another one a month later. Some people will take a drug and they can't stop. And we can't judge people like that. I know, because I just know. I've been through it. I went through it myself. And I'm glad I did. I'm happy I did. Because I get to say today, I can't judge nobody for nothing. Before I did drugs or before I did anything bad or went to jail, did any of that, I used to judge everybody. I was like, look at this fucking bum, this crackhead, this. And look what happened. I learned a lesson too, but I learned a lesson for a reason, so I can come back here and show you that you're going to get through it too. You just have to tell yourself, I want to. Every single day, every time something fights you and tells you no to do something bad, you got to fight it and tell it, no, I won't. Today I work very hard to do everything I can for myself, and I look around me and I'm like, I'm glad that I didn't lose my family and do all that, because some people did, and they're just lost, and those people are not going to be found until something clicks inside of them. And 90% of the time, those people who are that knee deep in the game, they ain't coming out. And if they don't have family and friends fighting for them, they're going to die. And they're going to die, and they don't care. They want to die. But God keeps keeping them alive to try to show them, come on, man, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to bring you back to life. But they're just lost. They have nobody, nothing. So I tell you, if somebody around you even starts to show signs of it, take them right away and just take them to the rehab. Take them to meetings, NA meetings, AA meetings, whatever you can do. Don't give up on people, you know. But if they get too much, you also have to, you know, cut the cord sometime. And I get it. That's that show Intervention that teaches you about that. You gotta understand, man. Life is. Look at DMX. Somebody like DMX, Demi Lovato, when she got an overdose, people were like leaving comments saying, "Oh, Demi Lovato, too much heroin," and they were laughing. Like, it's not funny. It's not funny for somebody to be that lonely to the point where if you saw the documentary, she was talking about crack, everything. Somebody to be that fucking lonely and feel that low about themselves when they have everything in the world. That's not a spoiled person. That's their soul. Their soul is fucking lost. They don't feel like they're at home. They're lonely no matter how many people are around them, because they don't feel at home. And I know everybody feels that way, not just with drug addictions, with depression, anxiety, ADHD, all that type of stuff, man. Those you gotta understand. You gotta think spiritually, man. I know you all want to go to doctors, but spiritually speaking, the world needs to connect more to God, and that's the problem. That's a problem, that when people don't see the light and they only see the world for being bad, and this is a shitty hell place, that's what we're manifesting as a collective. This is not a shitty place. It's a beautiful place. There are beautiful people, beautiful things. The world is a beautiful place. Your family doesn't hate you. Your dad doesn't hate you when he left you and didn't know when he was out there doing drugs. Your mom was smoking crack and she doesn't hate you. She just was lost. And everybody gets lost sometimes. Some people just don't find their way back. So forgive whoever in your life has ever done that to you. Or if you've ever done it to someone, forgive yourself, because you got to let go of the guilt and the shame. I don't carry no guilt and shame from what I did, because I learned from it. If you learn from something and you forgive yourself and others, you will have no guilt and no shame. I promise, but you got to learn from it. You have to. This goes with everything in life. Just learn something out of it and teach others what you've learned. Sharing knowledge and wisdom is the number one gift God has given to us. I truly believe that. So if you've had someone in the family, if you've struggled with it yourself, please go get some help. Ask somebody for help. Tell someone about it. Don't be afraid. When I told someone, that's when I started to get help. When I hid it from everyone, I died, actually. I didn't almost die. I died. I'm grateful and lucky to be alive every single day. And I hope that you guys can understand, man. God loves you, man. Stop giving up on yourself, okay? Stop giving up on yourself. Get out of bed and you can do this. I love you. Love and light.